Hi, welcome to a special little bonus episode of Rivertown from KBIA and the New Territory magazine. I'm Tina Casagrande-Foss. For this episode, we're taking a trip to Marthasville to visit the 100-year-old Pierce store, a historic building that sits along the Katy Trail. It's a gathering place, a place to take a rest from the long bike ride, fix a tire, grab a cold drink, buy some art, or just hang out on the porch. The general store is owned and looked after by a group called Magnificent Missouri and conservationist Dan Burkhart. Our team recently hit the road, destination Marthasville, and producers Maggie Turner and Janet Saidi talked with musicians, Katy Trail riders, artists, and conservationists all gathered on a recent hot Saturday afternoon. Here are some of the sights and sounds from our visit.
We are here today because the Pierce store is our focal point, our way that we connect with people who are riding the Katy Trail, live in the area, and talk about conservation, preservation, and the history of the Missouri River Valley.
Would you add a good break coming off hotness grasp? Detox.
Yeah, this store was a unique place because when it started in 1896, this area that we're in the middle of was full of houses. A couple manufacturing companies were here. There was a plow manufacturing company here in Pierce, and it was a very active, very vibrant place.
That's what rivers are for. You know, I mean, the water is moving from here to there. It started somewhere in the Rockies, and it's on its way to Louisiana. And the river is what allowed towns like Marthasville and Herman and all that to be established, because the river connects, you know, people and commerce up and down. And then when the railroad happened, these towns flourished.
Unfortunately, during the flood of 1903, the river that used to be just about 200 feet in front of the store shifted south 2 miles. And so the riverfront characteristics of the Pierce store went away. And it still had the railroad, the Katy Railroad. And then later in the 20th century, the Katy Railroad went away. So Pierce kind of lost its reason for being here. And the store, though, continued to be a place that local people came and gathered.
Here's the 6 things I've got to say so that you kind of know you're eventually getting. It's good. We're going 100 miles, so.
How far are you so far?
Stand by. We are 65 miles into 100. Yeah.
You're killing it.
Thank you. We hope so.
Which direction?
Today we are riding our bicycles on the Katy Trail. I'm here with a couple of my girlfriends from Austin, Texas. Today's a little bit hot, but we got up really early because we're doing a century today. So it's been exciting. It's been physically exerting, but it's been really beautiful as well.
I thought I wanted to spend my time making the Katy Trail and making the land along the Katy Trail better, because there's nothing like it in America. It's one thing that Missouri has that's truly unique, and it truly connects people in a very, very diverse and interesting way.
At the beginning of the pandemic, I started walking the trail, and I did 1,000 miles that year and the next year, and walking in 3 to 5 mile sections. And people would say, well, aren't you bored? No, I am not bored, because it is constantly changing. There's different wildflowers, there's different wildlife, there's different geological features like the bluffs and the springs that go under the trail or along the trail. And it just helped me get through the pandemic to be able to be out in nature.
The Katy Trail, the way it's maintained and groomed is super impressive to us. I love that there's depots with bathrooms and running water, and some of them even have stationary tools, so if we needed to work on our bikes, we'd be able to do that as well. All of the people that we've met have been really friendly. That's something we've been saying, like, oh, Missourians are so friendly.
It is. It's a beautiful view.
The Katy Trail basically makes for a happy marriage, huh?
Well, yeah, after how long has it been?
We wouldn't be able to live without it.
No, I guess we've been biking it for 20 years, and we've been married how long?
It's be 60 in October next year.
Right.
59.
Yeah, 59 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It kind of reminds me of a scene out of Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Yeah, I get to except when the cars go by, I just look at all the.
Living right around the corner and not having a whole lot to do. So on a Saturday afternoon, I come down and listen to music.
Glasses pie,
Coffee high, been through the mill, been hung out to dry.
It's historic to play on a building that was built way a long time ago. It still has the original look and feel. I can play music and look out and look at the hills, and I can look at the prairies. I can look at nature, except when a car goes by every once in a while.
Is what we're trying to kind of recreate is the sort of music that might have happened on this general store front porch 100 years ago. Very impromptu, very informal, friendly. The musicians, of course, are, they interact with the audience members. They're not up on a stage waiting for applause.
And meet new people and tell new stories and learn new stories from them at the same time. So we told somebody earlier today, we're supposed to be here entertaining, telling stories. I learned more since I've been here than we've given out. I'm sure of it.
Like I say, the music here, there have been times I've been the only one, but the good part is I get to talk with the musicians and learn how they produce music, and they don't feel the need to have to be perfect. So they try different things that they wouldn't normally do.
Even though I don't know the people here, I kind of feel like I do. After a few minutes of talking with them, you feel like you have something in common, whether it's music or just the values of trying to keep places like this going. Sit at the hardware store.
Thanks for listening to this bonus episode of Rivertown from the historic Pierce Store in Marthasville, Missouri. Special thanks to the many voices in this episode, including Magnificent Missouri President Dan Burkhart. Also, Rick Funkick, Rima Butcher, Kathy Schopenhorst, Sue and Charlie Rapp, Dwayne Edward, and Steve Fowler and Jerry Wilson, the musicians and geniuses behind the band The Burma Shavers, whose music we're hearing right now. Thanks to Maggie Turner for producing this episode. And thanks to our project manager, Jessica Vaughn Martin. I'm Tina Casagrande-Foss. Rivertown is a project from KBIA, the New Territory, and the Missouri School of Journalism's Missouri News Network. See more at newterritorymag.com/Rivertown. You can hear the full episodes of Rivertown wherever you get your podcasts.
Live. Coming to you live.
From KBIA.